Hey guys, Doug Gaffney here, and as it says here, I'm super excited and elevated. What I really want to do is just get extremely realistic and break down the highlights of what we're doing with the whole cash flow life concept. Who is it for? As you see me and my the mural here on the wall, my hometown, Sacramento, California. The gold rush and things were just founded here on opportunity. Okay, a lot of people got excited and they got into moving, they got into relocating, they got into building something here. And it really hasn't been until recently with the Kings and our arena and a lot of momentum, exciting things have been happening that people are getting elevated again. People are wanting to wake up now and come alive because of the change that's going on. Listen, we're going to be talking about what's changing in your life, what's changing around you, whether you like it or not. And I want you to understand something. One of the constants in life is change. Every day we're growing closer to death. And if you don't become familiar with that and just stop living day to day as if you have nothing to live for and as if you're going to just live forever, I'm telling you, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be very sad. But let's wake up now and realize the opportunity that's in front of us and realize how we can embellish our lives and make it better. Just like we're about to embellish downtown Sacramento with our new state-of-the-art arena. So what I want to do, guys, is simply take you over here, okay, to the board. Yeah. But I want to go over a few key elements of what we're doing. I know it's probably a little hard to see here. Okay, but we're looking right now for entrepreneurs, go-getters, visionaries, people that have goals, have dreams. You know, I don't know about you, but I get extremely pissed when I think about our system. Go to school, get a good job, you know, the whole 9 yards. Go to college, get good grades so you can be competitive and the whole 9 yards, right? But think about it. When you go to school, you don't even know nothing about credit. How do I know? Because the average person I asked at a college campus, they don't know nothing about credit, but yet they're getting credit cards and student loans shoved right into their mouth, right? How do I know? Yeah, that's right. I am a college graduate, okay? Unfortunately enough for me, I had the military paying for mine because I served my country, but the bottom line is for the mass majority, they don't have that opportunity, okay? Now, just think about this for a second. Just think about this. We got student loan debt. Okay? Now, let's go and take it a step further. Let's look at job insecurity, right? Because everyone wants bennies and, you know, the whole 9 yards, right, for job security. But we got a thing called globalization and outsourcing that's going on right now. We also got, what about retirement? Baby boomers, traditionalists, and all these Gen X and Y that are just not getting it, right? And literally, they're just not getting it, like Social Security, the whole 9 yards. So just think about what's really going on and how you fit in. Because you know what? That stuff you see on the news, that stuff that you read about in the paper every day, that stuff is the people around you, and that stuff is you. All right? So let's just talk about that for a second. I get really pissed off when I think about the first thing that a college student does is right out the gate out of high school. If they don't have wealthy families, wealthy parents, right, they get into college debt. Now just think about that for a second. I mean, this is a system, right, that's supposed to be perpetuating the American dream so that way every American can have opportunity and live a great life. How great is your life when between 18 and 24, you're in college accumulating debt, on average around $80,000 worth, right? And then you're supposed to get out and get that car or that house. You know, average income in America across the board is about $35,000 a year. That's about $3,000 a month. Okay? So if you think about that for a second, it's not a lot of money. All right? Furthermore, when you get out of college, not only do you have the student loans to pay off, you start getting that car, that house, your income from your job isn't that high, you start acquiring credit card debt. You know, you got a house loan payment, that's a debt. You know, you got all this debt building up around you, and all of a sudden you start hitting your late 20s, mid-30s, you start actually thinking about things, right? Because you start having maybe some kids and a family, and that's when things really start getting real, right? So all of a sudden, retirement comes around, or maybe you want to refinance your house, which creates more long-term debt. Social Security, which may or may not be here in the next decade or two, right? Or year or two. Medical costs and the medical billing expenses. I mean, come on, look what's going on right now. We're learning the systems that we created decades ago are breaking down. So think about what I said earlier in terms of change, because whether you like it or you don't, you're a part of the change. And I don't know if you want to get stuck or if you want to have options so that way you're not, positioned the wrong way. So, what we're ideally looking for is not everyone. I'm just going to keep it straight real with you. Okay. If you're watching this video, we're not looking for everyone because we firmly understand and agree with the whole concept of not everyone is for everything and not everything is for everyone. Essentially, within our first start for the kickoff for this year, what I'm looking to partner with is about 25 key leaders that want to start developing a six-figure income. Okay, they want to adapt to leadership and they want to execute their leadership abilities. We want to create about 75 to 100 folks that we just help make a part-time income of about $600 or more per month on average part-time basis. Our system is so concrete, and I'm going to share with you why. Okay. Now, let me just share with you our company focus. If you can see it here, right? Our company focus is to help with the 3 P's. In the military, we used to call this piss poor planning, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is planning, okay, right? Your goals, your dreams, your vision. What are the things you're passionate about in life? Because typically we go out there and we get that job that we really don't like. We go out there and we live a lifestyle that's really not satisfying our needs, right? And we're just really not feeling fulfilled and happy, right? Some of us, the majority of us, have dreams and goals, and we're not actually working within a career that we originally set out to because life kind of got in the way. Family kind of got in the way. Finances kind of got in the way, right? Let's take charge of our life, okay? So planning is key. Let's learn about things like credit, right? House buying, real estate. Everyone wants a piece of that American dream, right? Let's learn about how we plan to acquire these things. Let's plan correctly. All right. Now, the big part of this is positioning, right? Like in the military, you have to position yourself strategically so that way you can, be postured and positioned correctly and win the fight or whatever it is, right? So you have to position yourself. You have to learn and plan when it comes to house buying. If you want to buy a house, or if you know someone that wants to buy a house, the first thing they got to do is start planning. They got to plan their credit, their finances. They got to start saving. All these elements have to be in place so that way you can position yourself to finance the home. So we want to get you planning and positioning so that way you can start accomplishing your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, right? That's what we're here for. That's our focus. And then once we start helping you accumulate the things that you're wanting to accumulate, right? We got to learn about protecting our assets, all right? With such things as like insurance and estate planning and things like for real estate and investing, you start looking at annuities, trusts, foundations, and more, right? So this is all the things that we're going to take you through, and we're going to do this, as you can see here, with our expert coaching. I'm a business and entrepreneurial leadership coach, particularly in the area of real estate and investing, but also just in business in general. Okay. And we have a few people on our team that are also experts in these areas. Particularly, we have business coaches, life coaches, and health coaches. So when it comes to planning your life within the context of these areas here, which is pretty much catering to all of them, you're going to have a great team that's going to be supporting and backing you when it comes to planning and positioning and protecting yourself. Now, what's the system that we're leveraging to get all this done, right? In the very beginning is our company called WakeUpNow. All right. WakeUpNow is a software solutions company and their focus is on helping you live a better life. So they focus on, once we do the planning and we're getting you positioning, it's like we're in this phase here of positioning and protecting what you're accumulating. We're going to start accumulating, okay, cash flow. And let me just kind of hit it bullet by bullet. What Wake Up Now helps you focus on acquiring is savings. That's their number one focus. I talked to a gentleman the other day and he said, man, you know what? I'm a doctor and I don't even have a few $1,000s in my savings account. I mean, he's living paycheck to paycheck. He's making $25,000 a month. But I mean, he has all these things. What is he going to do with all those things? I mean, if something happens and he gets sued or whatever case it is, he has no money in his banking account. Then I'm talking to another guy who's, just, your average construction worker. And he's like, man, I really just want to get my life in order so I can save up and make sure I can prepare for a rainy day. Savings is key for a lot of people. And you know what? We're not saving. We're adding debt because that's just the American way, right? So anyway, we want to teach you and show you how to save. Like, for example, here's one key reason a lot of people partner with us is because they can earn up to 22% or more or up to 22% on their cell phone bill. That's huge for a lot of people. Average phone bill, maybe $150. So we're talking about like $35 a month, right? On average. That doesn't seem like a lot, but think about it. If you're able to put $35 a month towards whatever debt you got right now, in addition to what you're already putting towards it, that compounds over time. Right? A lot of people just don't save in general, and so they're not even getting no compounding. Also, money management. For example, we have great software to help you manage your debt, link all your banking accounts, checking accounts, student loans, auto loans, all these different things into one key centralized hub. So that way you can learn how to reduce your overall interest and pay off things faster. So that way you can save money over the long term by doing things right now in the short term. Okay? In addition to that, self-awareness, because a lot of folks, they're not even aware of what they're spending on every single month. They sit there, they spend, and there's never enough month at the end of that check, right? And what do? Credit cards, right? They throw it on a credit card. So then they're just getting right back into the trench that they're trying to dig themselves out of, or not dig themselves, but that's kind of what's going on. They're trying to dig themselves out. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? So we got to use things called common sense. Protection is another key thing. Identity theft protection, as we were talking about earlier with credit, that's huge, okay? People are already spending money on these things right here that we're talking about. So this is huge savings for this to be a part of our membership, right? Computer protection, right? People are getting hacked, viruses, the whole 9 yards all the time. Then also, what about fun? Happiness, right? Travel. This is a huge part of our company. We have great travel incentives and discounts. And then also human nature, right? Not like, sometimes we go to that financial planner or whoever it may be, and they're trying to share with us on how to get out of the hole we're in and properly plan and yada, yada, yada. And you spend a couple $100s to talk to them. And then at the end of the day, they tell you, hey, you got to just save money. And then how are you going to do that? Well, you got to save money by spending more spending less or making more money. Spending less or making more money. So that way you can save and then get yourself out of this financial situation. And then we got to prioritize. We have to budget and and whatever, right? Spreadsheets, formulas, blah, blah, blah. This is what Wake Up Now software is helping you do. We're helping you save on all this information, on all this stuff. Travel is one of them that we're helping you save a lot of money on. Okay, and I save a lot by leveraging Wake Up Now for travel as well. Also, the human nature element is not only are we going to try to help you save money, but we're also going to allow you the opportunity to make money. Okay, just think about it. Everyone has a cell phone. If Verizon or AT&T or Sprint or one of them companies said, hey, Bob, Sally, Joe, Mo, whatever, we're going to give you $10 for every customer you refer to us because we love you so much. You probably wouldn't understand that concept because it's just not normal. But if you really thought about that, if you were getting $10 for every customer you referred them, after maybe 8, that'd be $80. Your cell phone bill, whatever, may be free. Or maybe after 10, right, your cell phone bill may be free. But then if you start doing some big picture things, you say, man, if I got 100, that'd be $800 additional every single month. 10 times 100. If you got 100, $10 times 100, that'd be $1,000 a month. Wow, that's pretty good. If I got 1,000, holy smoly, that's like $10,000 a month. It adds up. This may be an opportunity. See, a lot of average people, and I don't want to just say average, but a lot of we don't know how to recognize opportunity. And right now, it's huge. Okay, there are a lot of people looking for the things that we're offering. There's a lot of people out there that need proper planning from the right experts, right? There's a lot of people out there that need to be positioned because they're out of alignment. They're not positioned, but yet they're dreaming on their goal, and they got dreams, they got a vision, they got goals, but they're not even positioning. So they're just living their life out of alignment. It's like they're in a different parallel. Their goals and dreams are here. They're going this direction, and it's never going to intersect because they haven't properly planned. They're not even positioned to basically intersect their goal. That's what we want to do. We want to get you realigned so that way eventually your goals and your dreams will meet. And it may not just be overnight. It may take time. But if you could make a residual income, and we'll get into residual income because we all understand that residual bills, right? Bills that come in every single month. What we're talking about is residual income. And I like to mainly refer to it like real estate cash flow, right? Where you have, say for example, and I'm going to kind of get into this over here, right? But say for example, you have a house mortgage that is, that's your loan on your house. Say your house mortgage is $1,000 a month and your rent for that property is $1,300 per month. That means you got a positive cash flow of $300 per month. Imagine if you multiply that times 10. That's $3,000 a month. And think about this. If these properties were around $100 or $2,000, $100 to $200,000, you can probably pay off these properties in the next 10 to 20 years. Right? Especially if they're around $100,000. So $1,000 times 10 years is $120,000. So if you had 10 houses and at $100,000 and you had them for 10 years and they're starting to get paid off, then think about it. You wouldn't have 300, the difference. This mortgage would be gone. You'd have $1,300 times 10 now. That's what I call retirement. That's what we're here to share with you how to do. We are leveraging a system to generate extra cash. And over time, we're going to allow that to build up. Okay, we're going to leverage things like taxes. That's one of the softwares and applications that you get with WakeUpNow. So that way you can have tax education. Because, I'll tell you straight up, the membership to get WakeUpNow is $100 per month. Times 12, that's about $1,200. That right there can almost be a tax write-off from a business standpoint if you understood the taxes. So, this membership, not only can it save you a tons of money with your travel and your expenses, but when you learn taxes, okay, this right here can also be a tax write-off for you, potentially. Okay, of course, you got to seek your tax advisor and get the, the professional expert because everyone's situation is different, okay? So ultimately, I want to just kind of wrap it up with this. Our focus is to help you live a life of cash flow. And that's where our cash flow life concept is all about. Okay. If you ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki, if you can see here, Robert Kiyosaki talks about there's 4 quadrants. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's typically the path that people go on. Right. And they start typically here. Right. So they come here and they employee. Then they kind of get a little irritated because they're trading their time for money. If you're not there, if you're not actively on the job, if you get hurt, injured, sick, or whatever the case is, you get the boot. Self-employed, maybe you own a small business, but you own a job essentially because you have to always be there. How many coffee shops or bakery shops or donut shops or whatever you go to and the owner's sitting right there too all day with his husband or wife or whatever the case may be, right? They don't have any freedom. So the way you create time freedom, which is what we're all about, is that lifestyle, time freedom. The way you do that is you create systems, right? And that's what we're leveraging WakeUpNow for. It's a system that offers all these things that a lot of people need right now. Not just want. It's not a hype. It's not a fad. It's not a trend. It's not a product that's going to be here today or gone tomorrow or a supplement or whatever the case it is. It's going to trend in and out. These are things that people are going to need anyway. And they're going to go get them anyway. So essentially, let's help them And by default, when we share, as I was saying earlier, the human nature element, we share the success and the positivity that this company provides. And by default, we allow the system to work for us. And we're creating ourselves a leveraging business. Because, for example, Wake Up Now, if you share this thing like we're talking about with the cell phone company with, a few people, particularly with Wake Up Now, you share with 3 people, your membership is free. Let me share it with you right here. You share essentially with, 1, 2, 3, and now your $100 membership is free. Pretty sweet, huh? Now the crazy thing is these 3 people can go out there and do the same thing if they choose, or if you motivate and help them do so. And they have a great success story because they're saving and they're leveraging the software and they're leveraging all that the membership offers, and they're leveraging the coaching and the planning and the positioning, and they're getting into the protection, the education. They love it. They love being a part of our whole cash flow life concept in our group. They'll go out there and share it with 3 people too. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a total of 9, right? Plus these 3. Now they're free because they got 3 like you did, and you're just making now an extra $600 per month of residual income. You're in what we call the $600 club, the 600 club, right? So now you're over here creating passive residual income. You're starting off at $600 by hitting the 600 club, just by sharing this with 9 plus 3 is 12 people, right? I don't know why that movie 12 Years a Slave comes to my mind, but the bottom line is you're sharing it with 12 people, okay, to help them get out of the matrix, helping them get out of just the traditional way of doing things, because we understand that this system, a lot of people, they want out anyway. They're not happy. They're not satisfied. And when you talk to them and you share them another way and you show them realistic possibilities, you show them actual product and services that they need, and it's not just a hype or whatever the case is. Everyone, who doesn't want to buy a house? Who doesn't need credit help and coaching? Who doesn't need business or life or health coaching, right? Who doesn't need savings and money management and protection for identity theft and computer repair, and they don't want to travel, right? Who doesn't want these things? They do. So sit them down with myself, get them on the phone with me, okay? Get them on a 3-way call with me. Get them on a conference call with our team. Get them on a group meeting in person. Have them come out to one of our cash flow life nights to where we're playing a game, the Kiyosaki cash flow game, or something along those lines. Get them out with us so that way they can join and they can be a part of a group that is doing more. I never forget when I was getting started in this industry, and the biggest thing that I wanted to do was get out of my military group of just people that wanted to be military driven. I mean, that's great. But I wanted to be a multimillionaire, and nowhere on that military pay chart did I see an opportunity or a way to make $1 million. So it just didn't make sense to me. It was like my goals and dreams were up here. The military was going this way, that lifestyle. My lifestyle was wanting to go this way. It was never going to intercept like I was talking about earlier. And so I had to make some choices. I had to decide, step 1, what I needed to do, what I really wanted to do, what was going to make the best sense for me. And I decided to get out of the military. And that was the best decision I ever made, because I'm more happier. I'm more fulfilled. And my life has just gone the way that I have been destined to go. And so, if you're also wanting that change, if you're really wanting a different lifestyle, more, embellished than where you are today, then I'm here to tell you that the opportunity is right here, right now for you. Like I said earlier, we're not looking for everyone, but we are looking for you. If you're looking for us, I'm putting my hand out there and I'm telling you, if you want to be a part of a group that's going places positively, and we're, entrepreneurial leaders that are out there living every day, learning and embellishing our leadership abilities and competencies. If you want to be a part of that, our strategy of making wealth and extra money, and if you want to make a 6-figure income or even a 7-figure income, we got people here doing that. Okay, so the bottom line is we want to help you transition to the right side. Create a business to where you can leverage it at a low-cost startup of $100. Right? What kind of a business lets you get started for $100? Furthermore, you can create a $600 per month residual income or more. You know, we got people making a few $1,000s a month within their first 30, 45 days. We got people making a six-figure income within their first 5 to 8 months or 9 months, right? It takes 9 months to make a baby, and to birth a baby, right? So don't tell me that within 9 months you can't change your life. Don't tell me that. And most importantly, don't tell yourself that. Don't settle for less. Because what's the alternative? You live and then you die. Who wants to live with regret? Do you? So don't do it to yourself. If you really want more out of life, then you have to go get it. And I was looking for that when I was getting out of the military. I was looking for the synergy, the team, camaraderie, and I found it, and it helped change my life. So if you're looking for that team, that synergy, that group is here ready for you, okay? But you got to be ready. And then eventually what we're going to help you do is learn about real estate and investing, because that's what I do, My company is IRMG, Instant Results Marketing Group, and we help teach and educate people on wholesaling, creative financing, lease options, fix and flipping of real estate, creative financing, how to raise private money, marketing, mindset, the whole 9 yards, and a real estate investor mindset, right? And ultimately, it's all about that cash flow life concept. And that's what we're talking about. We want to help you. The concept is to create cash flow for life, okay, via means of business ownership and investments. And that's where if we go back here to the protection side of things, that's what we're going to help you do. So, guys and gals, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. It's definitely been a pleasure, a privilege, to be able to speak with you and share my experiences. And, at the end of the day, we have to all go to bed and we ask ourselves, what do we do today to make tomorrow a better day? If you're not asking yourself that, then maybe you should. What are you going to do today? Don't put off for tomorrow what you can get done right now, because if you do something right now, tomorrow you may be able to make it better. Okay? So, again, my name is Doug Gaffney out here in Sacramento, California. You can see us on our team website at onefinancialgroup.com. You can go to my personal website at douggaffneyjr.com. Okay? We have a lot of support, and our team is growing across the nation. So no matter where you are, you can plug in. And we have so much technology nowadays, so it really doesn't matter where you are. You can plug in via technology, and we can interact and interface as if we're right there and sitting next to each other. So again, let's help you get elevated. I support a partner company, Cloud9 Clothing, because they're all about the mission and the statement of trusting your hustle, trusting and believing in your dreams, your goals, and what you're destined to do. If you want to elevate your lifestyle and just create a reign of success, right? You have the ability to do so, but you have to first and foremost believe it. You have to believe it. The first person you got to believe in is yourself. That's Leadership 101. The first person you got to awaken is yourself. We can do it and help you, but you, as a coach, you have to do this for yourself as well. Okay? So, Lord bless. Have a phenomenally blessed day. And I hope to see you on the other side of this video in person at one of the nearest events, on one of our Google Hangouts or chats, or on a phone call via three-way or just a one-on-one dialogue, whatever works. Let's get it done. Okay? Lord bless, take care, and again, have a phenomenal day.